So today I'm going to be talking about how much it costs to use ChatGPT API. I'm going to be using a free token calculator from Article Fiesta, but you can use whatever you like. So let's just jump straight into it. So here is the Article Fiesta free ChatGPT token calculator. If you search for ChatGPT token calculator, we are number 3 on there. But if you come here, so the way ChatGPT works is as a system prompt. The system prompt is very strong. It's the strongest thing that will drive it to do what you want it to do. So in here, I might write something like, you are a badass AI from the future. Your job is to find John Connor at all costs. Oh, I can't spell. So that's always there, and then you have the user prompt. This is what we're used to seeing when you're on chatgpt.com. So one example is, can you write me a blog post about being a plumber? Cool, pretty easy. And then we've got the reply. So the reply is where it gets interesting. This right here is just some random lorem ipsum. You can keep clicking fake. It's set to 1,000 words right now. So if I only wanted 50, it's obviously much shorter. Typically we're looking for a blog post to be around, well, between 1,000 to 2,000 words. I try and go between 1,500 to 2,000 words. Don't stick to that as a hard rule. Like sometimes a 300 word blog post will rank. It depends entirely on your niche. It depends on what's ranking really well. Article Fiesta will just pull that for you automatically and just knows what to write. But it just pay attention to what's ranking currently in your niche, and then do from there. So it's really simple. You just click on calculate tokens and price. You'll notice that tokens isn't quite a word count because of how the underlying models work. So here, using this response, we've got it at 3,154 tokens. If I call it again, you'll notice it's the same thing, same price. However, if I was to change this response, so still 2,000 words, just change it a couple of times, 3,164, 3,127, 3,129, and I've not changed the number of words, I've just changed the words that are in it. So the way these large language models work is they quite often break a token into around 4 characters. It's not quite 4 characters. Spaces counts as a token. Sometimes space word counts as a token. It depends on the model. So ChatGPT and GPT-4, I think they use a different tokenizer actually. If you're using something like Llama, that will be a different tokenizer as well. If you're using something like NeoJ or NeoX, they again use different tokenizers. So pay attention to what you're using. This calculator is obviously for ChatGPT. We can see right here a 2,000 word article, assuming no changes, and something as simple as that, and that's going to write as a perfect article, which it won't, would cost literally like 0.6 cents, which is crazy. Obviously it's much more expensive when you start like adding in images, starting rewriting sections, making sure everything's correct, but that's the cost. Like, absolute fantastic piece of kit. How about if we add GPT-4 to the mix? So we've gone from 6 cents to now it's suddenly 18. Like, that's quite a big jump, yeah? It's very significant, the jump, when you start using these different, more complicated models. But the other interesting thing for GPT-4, and what a lot of these calculators won't take into account, but obviously Article Fiesta does because we do a good job, this and this costs, I think it's 3 cents per 1,000 words, but this, the response, costs 6 cents per 1,000 words. So the more response you have, it significantly affects the cost. So it is a very important thing to be aware of. And again, if we were to just write an article and it was one prompt and it did the whole article, which it doesn't work like that, not if you want a high quality article. That's like almost 19 cents straight away. Then where it gets really interesting is if you use GPT-4, the longer version, which some people have access to, others don't. You may have access to it soon. This costs around double, I know that for a fact. So if we were to calculate the tokens on this one, there we go, it's now 38 cents, or 37.5, assuming a one-shot click, and that's good enough to write a high quality article. Now, this will write you an article, but it's not something that necessarily would rank, in my opinion. Like you can rank with it, but if you're competing against other people that have done a bit more work, you're not going to rank number 1. And who wants to rank number 5,000? You want to rank number 1. There we go. This is just a very quick example to show you how much things can cost. And again, your mileage may vary. You might write articles that are longer, you might write articles that are shorter, and you might write slightly better articles than just a single please write me a blog post. But this is just an example of how much it can cost. And yeah, I'll be around in another video. We'll talk about some other cool things, and I'll catch up with you soon. See you in a bit, guys.